worked with him previously on a film called Rogue, where he had me eaten by a crocodile, so I kind of knew who I was working with. But yeah, I mean, Wolf Creek is
terrifying.
Full. I mean, it defines torture. Torture horror, I guess. He helped create the genre in a lot of ways.
Yeah. So, we in Australia just did a series based on the Wolf Creek, the first film and the second film, and yeah, so I kind of watched it before this, The Darkness, and then ended up being in the series of it, and I was so terrified. And it kind of really excited me though, because it's so realistic the way that he shot it, and I think that it's heightened is a lot more terrifying, but this way that the family is so naturalistic and realistic was really appealing, because it's terrifying because it makes you think that could be real.
Well, there's more of certainly a restraint here, so if you're going in for torture porn, you're not going to get that in this film. It's more of an insidious psychological build and of a creepy kind of feeling that can't quite be defined, and it gets under your skin. And by keeping it in the Brady Bunch, because it is like a really kind of normal family, everyone's got a dark shadow, even Cindy. Or in our case, what was your character's name?
Stephanie.
Everybody has a dark shadow, and the darkness inside of them is sort of destroying them collectively. And it's sort of facilitated by this energy that's brought into the house from this burial site, I guess, that's been disturbed. So I guess there's sort of a metaphoric kind of aspect to the story, but there's also a literal element in that they are literally being shaken by this force that they can't understand, because there's nothing you can see. And I think that's what's scary about it. Their minds
made it feel really homey.
It felt like a family for that reason, because there's a shorthand. There's just a shorthand in communication.
So it felt very connected, and this was my first film that I did in the States, and it really felt like coming into a family and being a part of something that felt quite real.
And even Blumhouse, who's producing, there's a family feel, there's like a stable kind of family feeling in what they're doing. So there was definitely this kind of collective, supportive, almost like a party every day on set. It felt like buoyant and exciting to show up.
And kind of playful in order to go into this really dark space. We kept it very open and bright and kinetic in order to drop in and come out again.
Right. Thank you.